Hey, what's up everybody? John from Old Running Farm. Thanks for joining us. In today's video, we're gonna go over the 7 reasons why you should never get alpacas, or at least 22 alpacas, or at least 7 things you need to be ready for when you get 22 alpacas. Is that how many alpacas we have?
I think so.
Something like that. All right, let's jump into it. So the number 1 reason is poop. So there was some video we made a while back about the difference between like 3 and 5 alpacas or something like that. And like even though you sort of doubled the level of alpacas, the poop output was not that much different. So we first started out with 3 alpacas and now we have 22. And the level of poop is quite staggering. So basically every morning we come out here, Catherine does all of the things that she does. She feeds these alpacas, she feeds the cat, she feeds the other alpacas, she feeds the boy alpacas, and then she goes and takes care of the entire chicken village. And in that entire time, the only thing that I do, God bless you.
Bless you, Macy.
The only thing I do is scoop poop. So it's a lot. It takes a lot of effort, a lot of time, but you gotta do it. And they poop a lot. So number 2 is going to be cost. Having 8 times as many alpacas as we started with, 3 to 22, the cost has gone significantly up. And that's everything from hay, food, vet bills, and medical supplies that you need, as well as things like feeders and waterers, all that kind of stuff. Hopefully, the money that we get from selling their processed fiber will exponentially increase in the same way that their costs have increased. But also, I mean, it's worth it, right? Speaking of hay, check this out. So we recently got a big delivery of hay here, as well as picking up a ton of hay, because number 3 on our list is hay. Hay is a very important aspect of an alpaca's diet. They eat second cut orchard grass hay. That's what has the most nutrients and is best for them in terms of protein and other minerals and vitamins, I guess. So they get 1 cup of food per day, but they get free feed hay as much as they want. If you're in a situation like us, where we're kind of starting over here, they don't have a ton of grass, so they end up eating a lot of hay. When we had 3 alpacas, we just stored the hay that we needed in the loft in the barn. But now, we have 170 bales of hay in this big house right here, and that's gonna last us like 4 months, if that. So, one of the things that comes with hay is hay storage. Luckily, we have this huge house right here that's completely empty, and our alpacas live outside of it, so we're able to stuff a whole bunch of hay in there. But, sooner or later, we're going to need to build a big hay storage facility. And, if we expand to even more alpacas, we're going to need something that's really massive just to store the hay. All right, so number 4 on the list is food. So obviously with more alpacas comes more food. Food storage is not so much of an issue because it doesn't take up nearly as much space as a bale of hay. And we're in here with our newest alpacas, the Gilmore Girls, as they're affectionately known because they're all named after things in the Gilmore Girls. But anyway, So it doesn't take up a whole lot of space, but it is rather expensive. And also it's just one of those things you're going to go through a lot of it. And I mentioned before feeders, you know, so we have all these feeders and we have enough for all of the alpacas plus some, because you need to be able to spread them out, because otherwise they'll fight over their food, and that's no good for anybody involved. But so you will go through a lot more food. Not as bad as hay. Number 5 is time. So it wasn't really a big difference between 3 and 5 alpacas in terms of the time that it took to take care of them, like pick up their poop, feed them in the morning, get them their water, etc. When you have this many alpacas, it takes a significant amount of time, especially when you have other stuff to do. Like in the morning, you know, Kat and I both have jobs, so in the morning we get up, like I said before, I handle the poop cleanup, and Catherine pretty much does everything else. And then, you know, there's also stuff to do during the day. Keep an eye on their hay, feed them, make sure they have water, etc. And it's just one of those things where the more alpacas you get, and mostly... So number 6 is fiber. And so this is both, you know, plus and minus sort of thing. So like, you're going to have to pay more to have all of your alpacas shorn, but you're going to end up with a lot more raw material to process into yarn and then to make into other things. So hopefully what will happen, like, you know, next year and going forward as we get more and more into this, is we'll have more and more fiber and we'll be able to process more again, and there's a cost to that, but you know, we'll have more availability, we'll have more options for people to get. Like last year we only sold one type of yarn, we sold out immediately. This year we have a bunch of different types of yarn, and while we're not sold out, you can check it out on our website, oldreddingfarm.com. You know, we did sell out of one color, Connie, which was a brown Wakaya, and you know, it's just one of those things. So you'll have more to shear, but you'll also have more material to make stuff with. So hopefully you can make more money off that way. Even more poop. Coming in at number 7, which is last on our list but not least, is space. The more alpacas you get, the more room they need to roam, the more space they take up, and the more grass that they eat. So what the USDA says about livestock is the recommended space is 1,000 pounds of livestock per acre of pasture. So alpacas range between like 110 to maybe 170 pounds. So you figure that's maybe, you know, 5 to 8 alpacas per acre. Obviously, the more alpacas you get, the more space you need. So behind us, this is where our boys are going to go. Our Gilmore girls are right behind us, behind Catherine rather, and then our other girls are over there. So we have to supplement their grass with a lot of hay because we don't have a lot of good pasture for them. But so what we're going to do is eventually, once the Gilmore girls are all checked out and they get the go-ahead for being able to be mingled with our current herd, we're going to put everybody over here, and then hopefully we'll have time to seed and water and get some nice grass here for the spring. And then in the spring we bring everybody over here, and then we can seed and seed and mulch and water over here. So hopefully we have some nice grass over here. And then maybe down the road, who knows, we're going to have, you know, a 10-acre pasture over there that we can rotationally graze everybody in. That would be nice. Then we can have, you know, 1,000 alpacas and be all good. So, lots of alpacas take up lots of space. Alright, so that ends our list of 7 things you need to know for getting 1 million alpacas. So, thank you for watching this video. We really appreciate it. We appreciate it even more if you gave us a like and leave us a comment, let us know what you think. And subscribe to our channel. We put out all kinds of awesome videos like this all the time, mostly on Mondays and Fridays. And we go live every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, so make sure you stop by and say hello next time. Now, if you want to see the video where we list the 7 things you need to know to get started with alpacas, you can check it out right here. And we'll see you next time.